Okay, I'm dreading making the video. It's no problem. It's trying to hold the camera with one hand and do this because I need two hands for this, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. What's going on here is I believe I forgot to put these couple pins in yours, Chris. I know in Vinton's I left the screws in and forgot to take the screws out to put these pins in. So what's going on is these pins are just supposed to be short and they pull out there. And then that untabs that. This bar would go farther over on his. But that's where it goes. It's supposed to line up right to this edge. It goes underneath these. There's a hole for that. You can unplug those on the inside. That's what these are about right here. When you pull that out, then it transforms for your Jabba's palace, right? And there's the relief. I just love it. It just looked great on this one. Anyways, there's two hole pins here. So I forgot to put a couple pins on yours, Chris. If you want to drill a couple holes, just put a couple screws in there. Sad to say, send you a V-wing or something. The front ends on these have this clip, and there's that space under there. I'm so sorry about yours because I did yours first to get yours right away. And anyways, so you have these tabs in the corner there, and that tab there, and they'll also, so this plate will go slide on underneath. Oh, is it almost, I can do this with one hand? Oh, jiggle it, jiggle, jiggle. You're gonna have to give me a sec. But then you can put these pins together here, is what's going on. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll try to get this together. Because we are having problems with it. Yeah, see, it just slides under like that. And then the top part, so there's, you know, there's a couple tabs that go underneath. And the bar just goes on top. Just like so. Now these metal pins, you're going to have this big space if you don't push it together. Like so. Now the problem is, there's a tab here that goes under, and there's a tab here that goes over. The idea is, they're supposed to be strong enough. Give me a sec here. Can I put that there? No. What a shitty video. Sorry about that. Once you get these pins together. Ugh. And that's how that goes. And Vinton, I put a screw in yours so you can screw it together if you want. Once that's together, it should hold just like that. See the space there? That's because it goes like this, right? Just push these together and that'll, so your front end isn't totally all the way on, is what's going on. Oh, what a shitty video. Sorry so much. So like this one, the thing's big, so I just put it behind the foam there. And that holds. So if you're having a problem with this angle, I can't see in the screen, it's all black. Oh, there's my hand. You can change these over. Like this wasn't lining up, so I changed this one over to this one, and it still wasn't, so I turned it around, and then it lit up. So I pounded these square on one end, and the idea is so that no matter how weakly together it is, the bay door should still work and be solid like this, so that you don't need no things on it. And this is one square, this one's round. And if I change that to the square end, then it gives this click, click, click. We all know that. So that's what's going on with that space. I can see, because as this turns, right? So this I got to pound out with a hammer and make it from flat to round. That's the last thing I got to do. But that's what's going on with those spaces. I'm really sorry because it's a production development thing for the first time. I built lots of these barges, lots. Nobody in town believes I do them. I can't hire nobody no more. Everything's just become a joke with everybody. Everybody's asking for a handout from the government for every little thing. Hey, look at all the rats going along here. You can give them $10,000 to clean up all these rats that don't exist. You're bitching about the murals in town, but they won't give me $1,000 for paint to retouch the murals up in town. But I'm here about your barge anyways. So I worked really hard making really nice high-grade parts as best I could. I made these shutters so they have like a double hinge, so they should never break off. And you know, your rod, it's so that they always have that pressure there. So if they're loose, you just add more pressure under there. You could actually just glue that tight and that'd be solid, right? But that's the idea, is that it has a pressure thing so they don't break. So you could actually snap that off, send it to me, and I could send you a new one. Anyway, I worked really hard on this barge, making it nice stairs, nice everything. Door opens, it's just a pressure thing. So I see that gap there because I opened that, right? But it's supposed to be closed and underneath there. So when you get this, you can just pull this corner out, put it around there. This one goes on this side. This should line up straight. And then your engine clips on here. These are these legs I made, but I just gave up. I've always made just these clear legs that just clip in. I wanted to make some on a hinge, so they just folded down. But I just gave up on the lock because I just assumed no one's going to use them. And it's made to make a floor when you use this floor and palace, so it raises up so you have a level to drop under for a Rancor is the idea. But there you go, that's it. The sails retract, right? We've gone over all that stuff. I don't want to make too long of a video. They've all got this I-beam, so you can put this on the front or the back, forward or backwards or however you want. I made it so it can go. Oh, another thing. I made it so can slide up and down on this one, and then it can fit right in there. But I put the angle into these sails, so it's really easy to tell that this is the front and that's the back because of the angle. Not this way, this way. That's the front, that's the back. And this can be the front sail or the back sail. Like I said, they retract so you can close them up in real cloth. Did the best of the best I could for this one. Like, look at this, I even put jewels and end things around the ends of it. Made your shutter or your rudders nice and thick. Nice detail, they move. And this doubles onto the side of your top plate here. This is from here. If you're having troubles with this, that's what these notches here are about. Sorry, get a point with the camera and don't see nothing. So this notch, they go over these I-beams that continue here, and that holds that all into place. So you have to see it's not going to fit if you don't. You need two hands. You need to give it a pressure, and it will go in there snug and tight and solid. Because I have a lot of Star Wars people get stuff and then they go, oh, it doesn't go on properly. It needs a bit of pressure. It's a pressure plate. See this big gap? Pressure. And that's because I haven't pounded this one flat. It's just a bit small of steel. See, it's never going to hold, but once I do, it will. I already showed how it holds with the one. Beautiful. One side's only done and it's holding. So anyways, there you guys go. Vinton, Chris, and Gene. Gene, this is going in the mail. I've been waiting. You sent me $100 to send this to Geneva from Canada, Vancouver. It's cost me $250, so I'm waiting for $150. And I'm broke, starving, and need money for rent. So I got all that. As soon as I pay this and pay my rent, I am flat broke. So I'm really depending on these Star Destroyers, which are all done. And over here, sitting, waiting to go. Here is our 67-inch one. It's almost 70 inches. Here's our 100-inch one, ready to go. There's a big box full of parts and stuff. Oh, you want to move my shop. Look at these huge thrusters for the back that I'm going to use on the 100-inch one. I got a whole box and bag of parts. These are the ones I'm going to use for my 60-inch one, or the 67-inch one. And I got other ones. I'm just not going to get into it. But that whole box there is all for Star Destroyers. And I have to wait all year for these martini glasses. We don't get them in the wintertime. So when they came in as being broke, I spent $60 and bought all the martini glasses, every blue one of every sort, even down to the small ones, because they only come in the summer tanks. Those make those small and look really nice when the stuff's clear blue. So I hope it's worth it, because these barges, I went and spent $100 on more cloth that's back there and more parts, and I went out of my way to, look at this. I've chopped up hundreds and hundreds of plates and panels to make more barges, because now that I'm ahead for the barges, they're going to mass produce them and I'll never make one ever again. That's what I was telling a guy, and they go, oh, those are nice barges. HasLab's making them. Anyway, so there's your barge. They're going out. It's all ready. I'm going to shorten this box, because this was $130 to send, and somehow I got it shortened to that, and it came to $80 just right down across the border there to Spokane. just to the next state, basically. This is a nightmare. Don't forget to take the batteries out. This slides on the end of this. These are your instructions, basically. So once you get this, it will slide this way. You just put it on, and it goes like that and holds. And you push this to make it activate and turn on and off. Pretty simple, eh? But doesn't that look like Jabba's light that's above him anyway? That's just hot. So like I tried to do the best of the best I could for this thing. And 80% done, I went to show everybody how I was making these transform into Jabba's palace. Oh, that's another thing. I have to explain. One of these posts has a hole in it here. And that hole there is for one of the pins here. The screen is just black, so I can't see what I'm showing you. Or I can't see what I'm viewing. So this pin, when you pull this out, these panels, that's why these go sideways. This opens up, and the panels go this way, and then these ones will go out here and turn this way, and it makes a big, huge room. It's shown in the other thing. If I had an assistant and 10 minutes to do this, I would, but I don't. This other piece here floats. This is for gun racks. You can put guns in there. And then this is your end post for there. And the idea is it just free floats. I was going to put a Velcro thing or something. On Vinton's I put some contact cement so it was sticky. But it's supposed to remove, and then these clips are supposed to clip onto the sides of it to hold the other post, is the idea of it. And those are the balconies, so your men can look out these. And if these are not moving, see, like this isn't moving, it's because the top is clicking. I tried to round the edges of these off as much as I could, so just push them down a bit, and then it'll push. Don't worry about that clicking sound. And then make sure that every one of these is stiff. Everyone's going to hold for you. There you go. So you got the four shutters in the middle there, where Luke was climbing up this and kicked one off. I don't know why he climbed up here and did this when there was something. If you're climbing up there and this window's open, go inside. You wanted to go upstairs, up top, and chop everyone's arms off. Then I made it make the double bay door because it's really nice. So I've gone on too long about it. These pieces all double. Those are the rudders for that. This is just a grate I made that fits into the slot there for Jabba's throne. Because Jabba's throne goes there, and if you don't have a throne, and then that's sort of a gate that'll fit in there to cover that hole if you don't have a throne. What else do I have to go over before I send this out? Yeah, there's one of the guns. It comes with this little Rancor I made. He's like a hybrid Rancor bounty hunter dude, so. And this is the cannon for it. You can remove it off the top deck. The top deck is over here. So I was working on it. So it just slides right in and out of here. And this whole plate, give me a sec, will turn, right? So the idea is so you can put the Slave Leia cannon on it. This opens so guys can go in there. There's a ladder for it, but I didn't attach it, so it's just free for you to do what you want. Lights are all on it. So this plugs into the other one. Here's your power supply where you put your batteries and the on and off switch right there, right? And so it'll plug in with your front one. Up here, where's the front one? Here's your front plate. So there's the opposite one. So they clip together, plug in, and when you have this all together, you need this one piece. Has a lip on it. So then when you put this in here, these aren't meant to attach on there. They're meant to attach in the palace mode. So there's a couple little slots. See how in the corners here, they've got slots, and those are to go around these rivets here. So that's how far, you know. See, because you can try to put this on, this ain't fitting. So you got to go right from the edge here and slide it in. And make sure you get it all the way to those rivets. See, like that? Just like that all the way in. And that's how that goes. And then that will hold the back of your deck here. And these foams on the side will go like that because it's a pressure thing. And then your front will plug in and go on there. And this front comes off, and the idea is it goes behind Jabba the Hutt in there so that you put the barbecue behind him there type thing is what was going on. But that's the idea. These posts, I believe only one, and see this one is for the back with the hole. So it's for the back one here. And it just goes straight in like that. Nice. Got the right angle. Now these cords are another thing because I've just tied them at one end. So they go under here, they go up there, then they come back through this hole, and you can tie them and cut that off or leave that for them to swing. I'm going to put a bit of glue on the ends of these so they don't fray. And that's why that's hanging out like that. These ones are done. See, it's glued on the ends. They're done. It's even been tied there. It's ready to go, this one. So that's just the rundown of what's going on. You got 2 free floating pillars that go in the back here that I made. So you can just put them anywhere you want. There's your pillars. And there's your lengthy video. And I'm really sorry, Chris, I forgot to put these pins in that help on yours. And I tried to make all 3 of these the same, so I'm not sure what's going on. I did the same thing, lined it up. See this thing? That's because I haven't smashed this pin. That should hold. They're just round on the top. But like I said, it should all hold together, right? See, just like that. Because it makes the palace, this back door will always come open on you unless you have this open. And what's keeping this, I should go over this instruction because it's hard to see. This whole grate here will come out, and there's 4 pins, one here and the ones up here we just shown. But those are what keeps this whole thing together, because this back door, there's a back door here to open up so that Jabba can go inside. Isn't that beautiful? Nice, eh? But these have to keep together, so that's what's keeping them together. So if your door isn't closing right, you see that's a pressure sort of plate and go inside. Just beautiful, nice. Goes back together just fine. So don't tell me it doesn't, because I got a lot of people that take this. I don't know how that lend by this one. This on this basicer ones, this is bolted right down, so you can't even take this off. And how he took it off to go take pictures inside like that, I don't know. He went over every little thing. So like this, wow. These are glued down. These aren't. I noticed these ones, so of course I'm gonna put some glue on there. But since it's being painted, I got to use contact cement, so it's a bit of a bitch. But that's what I'm doing. As soon as I can get this done, I can go enjoy some sun. Have a nice day, everybody. Retracting cloth sails. I wonder if that HasLab's going to have retracting cloth sails.